is Solo P1. Welcome. This is F1 Flaming Tarmac, episode 68. And I'm sorry about the picture. It's where I am. It's really, it goes light and then dark. It's the sun outside. I'm sorry. Bear with us. But I'm here to talk about the Formula One weekend this weekend. This is going to be a very good track, Saudi Arabia GP. But for everybody who's listening to us on the podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, whoever, Amazon Music as well, follow us on there. It's the F1 Flaming Tarmac and it's Keep It Sports. Look out for that. I'll put all the link below so you can access the podcast. And if you are listening on audio, remember to recommend it and like it and comment as well. And if the more you recommend, the more it will grow in the audio part of our channel. So I'm going to bring in my co-accused, my partner in crime. His name is Toto Abba.
Big up, man.
You can zoom the camera up a bit more if you want, bro, because you're way out. You can see everything now because you're on the StreamYard. So, yeah. You can turn the camera if you want, bro. I'll continue. Oh, yeah, you can do that. Yeah. And just move the cam. Anyway, big up to everybody. That's perfect. Big up to everybody that's perfect, bro. It actually looks perfect. Anyway, for everybody, this is Toto Hammer, my co-who's my partner in crime. Toto, how you doing, bro?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Just enjoying the weather. Getting, I got karting later. Getting the in football you call it pre-match nerves. So
yeah.
Pre-race nerves. Because I ain't been there ages, man.
You're down London side this weekend?
Yeah. But of course, it's gonna be a bit weird since I ain't been there, but I've been driving for so long, man. So it should be just a quick fix when I get on the track. Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of them, innit? We've just finished doing the football one and now we're doing Formula One. I'm looking forward to this track. I think the clear favourites, which we'll talk about later on, the clear favourites, is probably going to be McLaren again. I think McLaren, specifically Oscar Piastri, he's really showing his steel. And when I say that steel, I mean he's showing his nerves, that he doesn't get nervous. We always knew this about Oscar Piastri when he came in, that he was a kind of a calm individual, you know. He never lost his rag, always seemed calm. But when you get in a championship situation where Oscar Piastri finds himself, he's still calm. You get me? Will this calm be good? Will he still have this calm towards the end of the season, when most likely it's going to be him and his teammate fighting for the title? Will he still have this calm demeanor? I think he will. But it's looking good for Oscar Piastri. He's looking good in the car. He doesn't really talk much on the radio, like a lot of the drivers. Completely opposite to someone like Max Verstappen or someone like Lando Norris or even Lewis to an extent. You never really hear much out of Oscar Piastri. His engineer will say something once over the radio and they'll go, yeah, comply, no problem, and get on with it. Oscar Piastri is, at the moment, the way we stand now, he's looking like a world champion. What's your thoughts on that, Oscar Piastri?
He's looking like a world champion, man. Very consistent. I think he's up to par into Lando Norris' driving skills. Yeah. And I think that will come into play because you think about it, the race, the qualifying, he's always consistent. Qualifying is always consistent. If he's not pole, he's always either second, third. With Lando, he's up and down. Like his last season as well, up and down driver, makes mistakes. Like with the race last time, how can I forget the last race? Bahrain, yeah. How long was he behind Leclerc for?
At least
there was an inside open, there was an outside open, but he weren't willing to go for that gap. That's what he needs to really improve on as well, because
last year it was weird though. Go on.
It was a Ferrari versus McLaren. McLaren should be clearing that any day of the week. But the thing is, what caused him to lose a lot of time was exits out of corners. Leclerc always got the better exits. That's why when it came to the DRS zone, he always had the edge. When it comes
but you know, Oscar Piastri. I'm on about Oscar Piastri. Regarding Oscar Piastri, the thing about it, when it comes to qualifying, yeah, it seems that Oscar Piastri is getting a better of Lando Norris during qualifying as well.
Yeah.
Because last season it was completely different, because last season the head-to-head record with Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris was 20 to Oscar, 20 to Lando and 4 to Oscar. So Lando Norris had the better of Oscar Piastri in qualifying. But I know this season just started running 4 races in. But it seems like at the moment, Oscar Piastri's got the better of him in qualifying as well. So that's kind of obviously Oscar during the winter break. Oscar went out and probably worked on his qualifying. Probably went on the sim. Probably worked a lot on the sim, doing his training, doing his starts. I don't know what he's been doing, but you know all this technology today where Formula Ones can access anything at any time. So you could see clearly he's been working on his craft during the winter break. But I think regarding Norris, and Norris just looks like he looks rattled.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think he looks. I don't know. I don't know
because his second driver's beating him. That's why. And you know,
well, he had the second driver now. He had the second driver now.
Piastri even drives watching Drive Survive. He said, "Are you here to be a second driver? Are you here to win are you here to win the championship?" He said, "Nah, I'm not here to be the second driver, man. He wants to win that championship, and you know, fair play to him. Of course, I'll be supporting Lando every step of the way, but he just needs to fix up."
I like Oscar though,
because if you think about Piastri in his rookie season, Lando Norris at qualifying, because it's Piastri's rookie season, he was still getting used to the car. Now he's had that season, and Piastri's a special driver. Look how quick he's adapted to that McLaren. And this season, he's adapted so well that he's challenging for the title. So I don't think Norris should be watching Max Verstappen. Red Bull's done. They're out. You know, they can't. I
don't think anybody's watching Max.
They can't get used to the.
He's not watching Max
back in the 2024.
Oscar, he's watching his teammate. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
At the moment, the battles between the two teammates. This reminds me of 14, 15, and 16 season when you had Oscar Piastri. No, you had Lewis Hamilton versus Nico Rosberg. This is what we're witnessing now. You got 2 young drivers at the time. It was young drivers in their prime. They're not even in the prime. They're that young. They're approaching the prime. But you had Lewis Hamilton versus Nico Rosberg in the same car, in the fastest team, fighting each other. This is what we're going to get here. Now, will they bump into each other on the road? Probably will. It always happens. They might come out and say we're the best for friends and we get on. Yeah. But all that goes out the window as soon as there's a fight on for the title. You know that, Toto. You might have friends in go-kart. And we're friends. Yeah. Might play patty cake. Might get the PS5 out. PS5, start playing Call of Duty. Start playing flipping FIFA. Or start playing F1 and be friends. But as soon as you got a competitive car, that all goes out the window. There's no friends then. It's all about the world title. And I think Norris is, in my opinion, I think he's rattled. This is from this was during the interview. Lando Norris, this quote. Norris basically come out and said, "It seems like I've never driven an F1 car before." This was after the weekend. He was getting interviewed. He said, "It seems like I've never drove an F1 car before." So he's obviously, he hasn't got confidence. This is exactly what he said. "I feel like I've never driven an F1 car before." He says, I've been disappointed, P6 after qualifying. And he said, it's like I've never driven an F1 car before. He said he doesn't feel like one in the car. This is what Lando Norris said. He doesn't feel as one as a car. So obviously, in my opinion, I think he's rattled, or he could be rattled, and plus it hasn't got the grip of the car yet. But we'll see what happens in this weekend. I think it's going to be a very interesting race. I think the favourites are going to be the 2 McLaren drivers. But yeah, now let's move on to another subject. Let's move on to the Bulls. The Bulls. Not having a good time so far this season, which I actually throw a party about it. Every time he doesn't win, every time Red Bull do have a crap weekend, I throw a party about it. So Horner's basically coming out in the media today. He was speaking to some media. And he says basically Horner blames the wind tunnel data discrepancy for Red Bull's speed. Now, what's your thoughts on this, Todd? You're more detailed analysis than me when it comes to cars. He's blaming the wind tunnel. Is that utter crap, or is it the truth? Can't hear you, bro. You're on mute. Your mic.
At the end of the day, right, Red Bull hasn't sorted out the problems at the back at the 2024 season. The 2024 season, when when they won the title, the last like 5-6 races, they weren't really up to par with pace. You're using Mercedes up there, Ferrari was getting up there, getting wins, Mercedes was getting wins. So it weren't really Red Bull just constantly dominating the last 5-6 races of the 2024 season, and they still haven't fixed that problem because it's still the same regulation. The regulation.
That's a simple question: is it horse crap, or is the fact they're just not good enough?
I think it's horse crap.
Exactly, because
it's not good enough.
Basically, it says on there with a new facility ahead of schedule, it's due to open 2027. Red Bull now has to work with track data in an attempt to prove performances as current wind tunnel offers up different numbers. Oh, wow, so what? You got to work with what you got, and that's it. I don't think there's ever going to be a team. The fact is, right, they've dominated for the past 4 years. The first 2 seasons, they're very questionable. I've come out on the record and says, for me, them first 2 seasons were dodgy when he won the world title. For me, Lewis Hamilton won the world title in 2021. I don't care what anybody says. They actually said it himself. They said it himself. It was a human error. Very simple. So Christian Horner keeps coming out in the media and he's blaming the wind tunnel. He's blaming data. He's blaming other people but himself. The fact is that McLaren started to have their number midway last season. The reason why Max Verstappen won the title last season is because McLaren didn't get their crap together until Miami. When Miami started and they brought in their new floor, that was it. It was all about McLaren. And the reason why Max Verstappen won the title is because Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris chasing Max Verstappen took points off each other. And it weren't just them two either. Lewis won a race. Sainz won 2 races. Russell won a race. So all that helped Max Verstappen to win the title, because if Lando or Oscar Piastri would have won most of the races after Miami, after they had their new floor, Max Verstappen wouldn't have won the title. It's a fact that all different drivers were winning the title, and that's what helped Max Verstappen over the line. That ain't happening this year, because this year you've got a fast Mercedes. What I keep saying, Russell is fast in that car, and I said it at the beginning. People were sleeping on Russell, saying, "Oh, Russell's not going to win nothing." First 2 races, Russell was on the podium. The reason why he messed up Suzuka is because he pitted too early and he was stuck behind the cars, because everybody knows in Suzuka, you can't chase no one. You can't chase no one. And that's the reason why he got stuck. But what happened? He rectified that. Look what happened in the last Grand Prix. You see? Exactly. He got on the podium. That's why people are sleeping on Russell. Do not sleep on Russell for the world title. Regarding the favourites, obviously it's McLaren. This is McLaren's time. I think he says to lose now. This is the 4th race in after Miami, right? If it's still if the trajectory is still the McLaren and they started dominating even after Miami, then obviously it's going to be between them two. Red Bull are not going to win anything. They're not going to win the constructors, and they're not going to win the driver's title, and they just need to accept it. And then as soon as they don't win it, Max Verstappen, like he's doing now, reportedly throwing his dummy out of his pram, and he wants to leave. He doesn't like the team, where the team's going. And that's it. That's just the way it is. And people are going to realise that it was the car, not the driver. Not like Carew says. Because if it was the driver, Max Verstappen would have won last week, and he didn't even get on the podium. So it ain't the driver, it's the car. Clearly said, they're saying it themselves, the wind tunnel. So it's not the driver. The driver doesn't make the difference. Sometimes it does, but in this case, it's the car. What's your thoughts on that, Toto?
McLaren.
Yeah, and Red Bull and all this rubbish what's going on before we wrap up.
Yeah, because look, Red Bull at the end of the day, they're not going to be the same cars that was last year, because they're not going to adapt. We'll take Red Bull out of the conversation. Yeah, you could probably put Max in there, but again, you can't even put Max in there because they're still getting used to the problems they had at the back of the 2024 season. McLaren, you can definitely put them up there. I think Norris needs to start being more consistent in his racing. Piastri is the more calm one. And Norris had the same problem last season, is still facing him now, putting him down in interviews. That's not going to help him at all. The more you put yourself down, the more you doubt yourself, and then the more, because all in the mind when you're in a sport, when you're in professional sport, when pressure gets to you, because it's the start of the season, and he was not expecting Piastri to be this good. This is just in my opinion. I don't know what he's thinking. It's just from my opinion. I probably think that he didn't know Piastri was going to be this good and challenge for the world title. He was probably expecting him to always, get the edge over him. But Piastri's more matured now.
Who's not at Red Bull? Who's not at Red Bull? Who's missing? Adrian Newey.
Adrian Newey, there you go.
Exactly.
Adrian Newey. So that again, that's another one missing as well. So
you're right.
He was the key to their aero. That was the key to their speed.
That was the key to the whole team, really. Let's face it. He was the key. He was the master, the genius. He's what do you call it again? His qualifications speak for itself. So I'm just looking at this thing what's on the F1 website, saying I'm going to bring it up just before we go. This is for audio people. We're reading an article on Oscar Piastri's manager, Mark Webber, multi-21, Seb, multi-21. So I'm going to bring this article up. It's basically, it says Oscar Piastri's manager, Mark Webber, believes that McLaren's driver has raised his game against serious artillery of his rivals, such as Lando Norris, Max Verstappen, after taking a dominant victory in Bahrain. And I totally agree. Having previously triumphed at the second race of the campaign in China, Piastri became the season's first multiple winner with his lights to the flag drive to P1 and Sakia, meaning that he has now only 3 points behind McLaren teammate Lando Norris. So he's 2 points behind Max and 3 points behind Lando Norris. And it's probably more than Max. You know what? I'm gonna put up the driver in a minute. But yeah, he did. He's the first. Basically, he's the first multiple winner of this year. So I think he's the first one to win 2 races in a row, I guess. That's what it means. So yeah, let's have a look at the driver standings before we go. This is the driver standings. So he's second. He's not third. He's second. So I'm going to zoom this up for you guys to see this. I'm going to read it out for the audio podcasters who listen to us on the audio. So this is the driver standings right here. So we've got Lando Norris on. Why is this not working here? Got Lando Norris first with 77 points, and just behind him in 3 points, Oscar Piastri 74, Max Verstappen third with 69, George Russell fourth with 63. See, George is lurking. Charles Leclerc fifth with 32, Kimi Antonelli with 30 points. 6th place, Lewis Hamilton is 7th with 25. 8th place, Albon, 18th place. 9th place, Esteban Ocon, 14th. 10th place, Lance Stroll, 10th place. That's 10th place, Lance Stroll. 11th place, Pierre Gasly with 6 points. 12th place, Nico Hülkenberg, 6 points as well. Another 6 points, 13th, Oliver Bierman, 6 points. And Yuki Tsunoda in 14th with 5 points. 5 points, 5 points. Isaac Ajar in 15th with 4 points, and Carlos Sainz in 16th with 1 point, and the rest, Fernando Alonso, Liam Lawson, Jack Dohan, and Gabriel Bartello at 0 points. So that is it total. Anything left to say before we're gone? You can say before we
I want to comment on Russell. He doesn't always have to win every single race.
No.
All he has to do is hang around that area. Third, second, or just finish ahead of the championship leader. That's all he's got to do. Because it's not necessary. Antonelli's a good driver, but of course it's still his rookie season, so I don't expect
exactly. You can't. But Russell, you can see the potential's there, isn't it?
Russell is outperforming the car. He's outperforming that car, and when you got
I don't reckon. I think the car's good.
The car is good.
I think that Mercedes car is really good. Yeah. I do. Maybe Lewis should have stayed an extra year. We never know, but see what happens next year. I know. We know. Next year is a different season. That's when it all changes. We know. Big up then. So, Toto, anything left to say before we leave? For the podcasters? You got anything coming up?
Oh, yeah, I got a vlog coming up. So make sure you check that out. Got karting
What
race
vlog?
later.
What vlog?
Karting vlog. So yeah, gonna be getting ready for that soon because I got to leave in. I don't got to leave, but
what's your TikTok? What's your TikTok handle so people can listen
at
to the
Total
audio?
Hammer 44.
So it's at Total Hammer 44.
Yeah, at Total Hammer 44.
Yeah, so basically go on his TikTok, guys, at Total Hammer 44. That's his TikTok. And his Twitter is at Total Hammer 44 as well. So check him out. That's his little personal channel that he's got. But the Keep It Sports, this belongs to me and Toto. But he's got his little side channel for his streaming and for his karting stuff. So check him out. He's got a vlog coming out. He's got karting today. He's going to do a vlog. So check him out on that channel as well. And me, Solo P1. I've already done, this is my third video of the day. Crazy, always working hard. That's the way you're going to be. And what have I got tomorrow? Tomorrow, no video tomorrow. Actually, yeah, we have got a video, just one, but it's going to be about 10 minutes. It's going to be a Premier League preview. We'll do that tomorrow. And that's it. And then Saturday, we're doing watch-alongs. Sunday, we're doing watch-alongs. Sunday, we're doing watch-alongs. We've got everything coming this week. Actually, Saturday, we're going to be talking about WrestleMania. It's only going to be a 10-minute video. We're going to give us our predictions on WrestleMania. That'll be any time of the day, so check out that as well. So big up to everybody. Big up to the man them. Big up to the woman them. Big up. Enjoy yourself. And yeah, see you later. Let me just put this trailer on. Where's this trailer? I've got it. Please find it. I'm always the same, you know. Always doing it. Where's my trailer? Bye-bye. See you later, guys.
See you later, man.